everyone, it's Susie. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a review on spiritwhispers.com. She's got a new monthly subscription for intuitive readings. I think that's what it's called. Let's find online services. For us US people in Canada or whoever, you can do her readings online with her. Intuitive Guidance monthly subscription. It's $50 Canadian. And she's awesome. She's on spot. We're going to go over one of her readings today, right now. She did a reading for me. I'm only going to play bits and pieces. And she sent me the reading. See, there it is. That's Tara. And I wanted to share. Everybody says psychics are baloney. I don't think so. That's me, my opinion. It doesn't matter. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. Thank you, Brandon. Sorry, that was my late husband coming out of me. But anywho, this is Tara. I love her to death. She's awesome. She's always on point with stuff. I have another friend who's a psychic, and she's always on point with stuff. But this video is just on Tara. Okay, so Tara did my reading. Let me turn this up a little bit. And after I watched it 2 or 3 times, because the first time it just hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm gonna be honest. I cried and I cried and I cried because I so bad wanted to hear from my late husband. I cried so hard because I'm always asking him for guidance. I believe with all my heart he's one of my spirit guides now. You know, I'm a big emotional mess. But anywho, Tara did a reading, and she didn't ask for everybody who came to visit with a message for me to visit. She was just asking Brandon to come. And he came. And I knew it was him as soon as she started describing him and how he was standing behind her chair, because when he stands, he's always behind a chair and he's always like leaned up on it. That's just how he is. So I'm gonna be moving my camera a lot, so I got notes here. So I'm going to be playing the video and I'll be stopping it. So let's
I'm live, kind of, privately. Oh, and I look like shit.
You look beautiful, doll.
Hey, Sue, or Susie. Hi, honey. This is your reading for December for your intuitive program. Give me 2 seconds here.
I just want y'all to see parts of this.
Okay, never mind. All right, so I'm trying to pick up your husband here. Ronnie Sue's husband, can you come in here, please?
Oh, sorry about that. Okay. She's going to describe my husband.
I'm feeling he's actually standing behind me, like leaning up on my chair here.
She's never...
Okay. I'm seeing a man that's, I would say like middle-aged, partially balding, had brown hair, mustache, brown mustache. Kind of dressed like, I was going to say like a rocker or kind of like a biker type style.
He always wore blue jeans and a black t-shirt. And boots.
Please tell her I'm proud of her.
Now, as we go through this, I'm going to be flipping up pictures. While she says something, I'm going to flip up a picture. She's never seen these people. I never talked. I told you, she knew my husband passed. She never knew I had a dog. She didn't know my parents passed away, or I had a sister pass away. We mainly talked about stuff on YouTube, her products, and the passing of my husband, going through that grief and health issues. So, I want you to pay attention because this is going to get very interesting. Okay, so the next one is at 6:16. I don't have documents for this, but let me, right here. Ready?
It's very helpful. You were in a tough situation when he passed. It threw you into a hard situation right away. Okay, so getting back to, he's telling me stuff that I have already told you. I know it.
Now, some of y'all don't know this, but when my husband passed away, he passed away while I was performing CPR on him. He had caught COVID, and he was in and out of the hospital. The last time he come home from the hospital, we were on the 3rd day, and he said, "Baby, don't go to work." So I called in. I worked at the nursing home. And exactly 3 hours after I called in, he looked at me and he said, "Baby, something's not right." And I was like, "What's the matter?" All of a sudden, he's like, "I can't breathe." I'm like, "Okay. Well, here, let's turn your oxygen up and give you more oxygen for now, and I'll get the EMTs on the way." He's like, "Okay." I'm on the phone with the EMTs, and I'm like, "Look, I need y'all to send an ambulance out here ASAP. We're going to need them. I need the rescue workers out here. I'm all by myself with my husband, and he's not breathing very good. And I do know CPR. I'm a med tech, so I do know CPR. And please hurry." Not knowing I was going to have to work on him for 3 hours before they got there. 3 hours. Which was uncalled for. It was very uncalled for. So I walked back in the room after I got off the phone with him. Walked back in the room. He didn't look good at all. He was very pale. Very pale. And I'm like, "Brendan, are you okay?" all of a sudden his eyes rolled back in the back of his head. And that was it. He stopped. He just went limp. And he was my soulmate. He was definitely my soulmate. And I run to the door, and I started screaming for my son because he was out in the woods. And I just started screaming for my son. And I run back over to Brandon, and I have my fist, and I'm on his chest, and I'm rubbing real hard, trying to stimulate his heart and stuff, because he was a big guy. He was well over 300 pounds at that time from fluid on him. Anyway, my son come in the door, and I'm like, son, we got to get him on the floor. I got to perform CPR. And I'm trying to stay calm. And I'm performing, we get him on the floor, and I'm doing CPR, and I'm like, son, go to the road and wait on the ambulance. Rescue workers, flag them. If you see a cop, flag him. I need help. I can't do this by myself. I need help. So finally, they get there and hook him up to this machine, and I'm yelling at him. He needs epinephrine. Y'all need to give him epinephrine for his heart. You gotta jump start his heart again. They wouldn't do it. There was a faint beat. It took 7 guys to get him from the floor up on the gurney and out the door and in the ambulance. But 2 hours after he left, I called the hospital because they never called me and told me he had passed. I had to. It was horrible. Anyway, after he passed, and we made arrangements for the funeral, and all that, the whole time his dad and his grandmother was giving me such a hard time about the service. They wanted it grandma's way, and it wouldn't happen that way. I know what he wanted. I knew he didn't want no old-timey religion songs played throughout his service. He wanted Brother Rick there, and I made sure of that. I gave Brother Rick the money to come do his funeral. But anyway, the hard time she's talking about. 3 weeks after he had passed, the house that we lived in belonged to Brandon. His grandmother gave him the house. She turned around with the power of attorney and took the house away from me, threw me out on the streets. I was on the streets he died in August, from September to January when I came back to Florida. My sister came to Florida to get me. I lived in my car with a cat, a dog, a cat, 2 cats and a dog. And I took the one cat that he bought me that Valentine's. He adopted her for me for Valentine's. I took her back to the shelter where I got her from, because she deserved better than living in the car. Piggy, my piggy boy, he was a pit bull reincarnated into a cat, I believe. Anyway, that's what she's talking about. I didn't deserve what I went through. But back to the video. Okay, so
I have. For some reason, I'm getting a sore throat. I don't know why I'm getting a sore throat.
Okay, the sore throat. He was coughing a lot when he come home from the side effects of COVID, which is that's what he passed from, side effects of COVID and heart. And his throat was sore. Let's move on to 13 minutes. 13 minutes. Too far. Yeah, let's get this video out of the way. This commercial.
Be careful, don't break your leg. And he's laughing. And now I'm getting grandma. I'm getting your parents passed.
That's my parents.
I'm seeing a male and a female now.
Now, she's fixing to describe mom and dad.
The male is older, partially balding, slimming face, handsome fellow. And then a female, I think these are your parents, mom and dad. I see a female. She's got brown, shortish hairstyle, a little bit of curls on end, beautiful lady, swirl bangs.
That's just before they passed. And she just got done describing them. People say psychics are,
She's telling me, remember everything I, excuse me, remember everything I taught you.
Mom taught me never take no shit off of no man. But we'll get to that in another video. Okay, let's move up a little bit more. 1632, right here. Ready?
See. I'm seeing a dog. Dog. Running, playing, jumping. White dog. White dog with like the odd marking, brown markings or black markings somewhere on their shoulders type. I don't know what it is. I don't know what kind of dog this is. I don't know, like a boxer or something. It's got kind of the same type of body.
Now, this used to be my service dog. My first present Brandon bought me as an anniversary present. This is Penelope Cappuccino Kid. She is a purebred oldie English bulldog, but everybody thought she was a boxer. This is my Snelly Melly. That's what I called her. Smelly Melly. She looks like a boxer. There's the brown. Okay. Picture time is over. So, for all y'all that don't believe in psychics, what do you got to say now? Tara is the real deal. Tara is the real deal. So if you want a real deal, contact Tara at spiritwhisperscandles.com. She's awesome. She does the best readings, and like she said in the beginning of her video, she will keep it confidential. Thanks, Tara, for a wonderful reading, and I love you, honey.